Good evening, everybody. We are back with the second testing day of the DTM series, and we are visiting a fictional track in France. It's called the SGS International Circuit, and this time I'm not commentating alone, as you have got used to it in the previous broadcast, but I'm here with Daniel Darabos.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yeah, I wasn't commentating for a very, very long time, so hopefully everyone missed me. If not, that's fine as well. But let's not waste any more time because we are already behind schedule. Let's go and see the second testing day. And as we can see, in
Rain.
the first 30 minutes, we are going to have a bit of rain. And we are going to start on a wet track, if I say it correctly. And this is setup.
This,
Sepang. Nearly.
this is Sapung, yeah.
This is Sepang, yes. Just mispronounce it a tiny bit.
Setup.
Okay, I didn't comment it for a while now, so like, what am I to blame? Who am I to blame? And like in the good old times, I'm going to open the YouTube so I can see the comments.
I have it on my phone.
Yeah, watching it on the phone.
Yes.
Isn't it too small?
No.
Okay. So as we used to do it back then in the maybe the 2018 or 2019 season, I commented it so long ago I don't even remember. We are going to go through the names and the drivers one by one, even though probably that happened already in the first testing day. We are currently sitting with Muhammad Osman Hamid. It's the first time I'm seeing his name, and like if I know correctly, this is his very first DTM season, and he joined in a pretty interesting era where several new manufacturers have entered the series, such as the Ferrari, for example.
And Aston Martin as well.
Exactly.
The rest are still the same, if I'm right. Oh no,
Yeah,
the
kind of.
Corvette and Lamborghini as well.
Yeah, we nearly missed half of the field, but it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, fine.
Yeah, the names are quite new as well. So basically, as the Ferrari came in, we got the AF Corsa or AF Corsa. I don't know. It depends on how you say it. There's a Squadra Corsa Lamborghini, the Raven West Motorsport Corvette, the Prema Ferrari. Like we have two different Ferrari teams. The Sil. Oh my God, this is going to be funny. Silberpfeil Mercedes. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced it quite well. And the Northwest AMR. It was good. Sweet. Sweet. We can see older names here as well. For example, Maxim Titkov. We have seen him driven in F1 as well, and at the moment on the screen. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you for the cookie. Mateusz Törvik, Dennis Graf as well. They have been in Formula 1 as well. I'm not sure, to be honest, about Dennis if he was, but I don't think he was yet.
Yeah, I don't
Max
think it was
Killen,
either.
Henton Sinonom, Victory Bobo, yeah, like
Old names, yeah.
yeah, very much.
Well,
But
I have
here's a
never
new name,
seen.
for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are moving quite fast, but yeah, we are seeing quite a lot of news. For example, Lotus, Eveland or Eveland, I'm not sure.
Eveland, I think.
Eveland, okay.
Hamid
Usman is
makes a
making
mistake.
a bit of mistake, yes, immediately going a bit wide. But it's like raining, so it's quite easy to make a mistake. They are going on the intermediate, so like the conditions are not so treacherous as they could be.
Yes.
And for the first time ever, basically Mohammed will be the first ever driver who will set a lap time on this circuit and gonna post the first time, unless me myself is overtaking. Should we, in the future, talk about the drivers as individual ones, or if either of us are in the seat, should we talk about them as me, I, or whatever.
No, in third person.
In third
That's how we
person.
usually do it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Even
That's
if it's you, you pronounce it that yourself. You pronounce
That's fine.
Miklós.
My pronouncers are
Pronounce.
me and myself. Okay, so here is Gav with the Ferrari with his Mercedes wheel, and going to, and actually he's going to be the first one posting a time because he overtook Mohammed. There is a bit of difference between his cars. Mohammed is going with the BMW, and based on the strength order, they are like the fifth or sixth weakest cars, while the Ferrari is the first. Funnily enough, the Ferrari has the weakest engine power, while the BMW has a sixth.
Yes.
So like the Ferrari have to solve these races, these challenges by their aerodynamics. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. And the first lap will be above 2 minutes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 2:01. 0:78 is the first ever lap completed on this track, and the rest of the racers are coming in and completing their laps. The BMWs are the third and fourth places. It's so good to see. It's so good to see these new cars. Like, I love them so much. And
Oh,
Neller made a
Neller.
mistake. With the Mercedes, there was like several yellow flags. But I think there was another driver as well, because we had a bit longer. Yes, he basically lost the car in the middle. Yes, and Graf, Dennis
Graf.
Graf.
I think he crashed.
He did. He
Uh,
did. Boom.
oh.
And that was a driver error.
Yes. He lost the rear a bit in the
I mean,
middle of the corner.
yes, it's a lot. It's realistic crash. Like, I'm playing iRacing a lot, and these crashes in iRacing are not breaking your tire out, but can do funny things to your wheel and your suspension. Was that a pit entry?
I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is,
He's
and the
in.
marshals are not pushing. Oh yes, he does. Never mind. I thought Dennis's car is glitched, but no. And here is Neller's mistake. What I was telling in the beginning, he lost it on the apex. Unfortunately, he didn't crash the car, and nobody else found his way into his car. So everyone survived this situation. Let's talk about the OC race, the Formula One OC race, because we have completed our very first race in the 2023 season with a very unique and new calendar. And what do you think about the calendar, Danny?
As you said, it is unique. Um, I actually haven't even checked it out. So,
Oh, okay.
so
then
yeah,
it's unique for
I'll
sure.
do that now.
Yeah, it's unique for sure then. But yeah, we are basically opening the series into the more fantasy era. So like we are abandoning some of the real life tracks and switching them with fantasy tracks. Although I believe that some of the real life tracks, for example, Spa, for example, Monza, is definitely having a space in this
Yes.
series. They are like they are very cultical, if there is an English word like that.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, in Hungary we have a word for like that, which is like oh, Gamba nearly crashed the same way as Dennis.
Yes.
Yeah, tapped the wall with the right wheel, but fortunately survived. No bend steering or anything. Wait a second, is this the 2009 Gallardo? Or 2010? Not sure. But yeah, it's the Gallardo.
It is the Gallardo, yes.
And if I know it correctly, this is the Squadra Corps Lamborghini, the only Lamborghini team in the field. Saying the only because Ferrari has the Alf Corps and the Prema. Meanwhile, the BMWs are having the Triple R and the RBM. Mercedes are having two teams as well, the Silver File and the Petronas. And Aston Martin also is coming with one team, with the Northwest.
I think there's actually two Aston Martins.
Two Aston Martins? Let me check.
I'm not sure.
No, it's only one. I think it's only one, yeah.
No, there's two. Because one is the Aston Martin Racing and then there's the Northwest AMR.
Aston Martin. Where? Wait. Oh yeah, the Aston Martin is. Oh my god, it's second. Second most
Yeah.
powerful team. Oh yeah, you are right.
The Corvettes are running one car though.
Yeah. Similar to Lamborghini. The people who made the skins for the teams have guessed Gaz's favorite color, so well done for that. They did some mind reading games and it worked out quite well. But all in all, I like the skins. Like for all the teams, they are quite creative. I suddenly didn't find the word. But for example, the BMW who just passed through the screen was going with the old livery. Like I say old livery because they were recently similar liveries back in 2018.
Yeah. That Mercedes is an old one as well. Josh Things was driving it, just overtook a Corvette, I think it was. As Hamid
Josh Things
made another mistake.
Yes, skidded his car. So Josh Things is also a new driver in the series, similar to Muhammad Razin. I think Javier V was here before, if I remember correctly.
Things was here before as well.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Oh,
In the 2022 season, he was already here, if I'm right.
well, if I'm going to comment it many more times in the season, of course, if Flo will let me, and also if I will have the time, for sure I will do a background research on every drivers. I don't really want to make mistakes like this. It's not professional at all.
Oh yeah, I do remember Mugello now that you mention it, that is.
Mugello?
Yeah. I think that was the race where Things had a massive crash last season. Or 2 seasons ago,
Possible.
I'm not even sure.
What happened was that Max Gillen got failure, I think suspension failure or something like that, and then he crashed into the wall before the pit entry and flew around the track.
Yes.
The debris went onto the main straight and Finks was in the lead and hit it.
Jeez.
Yeah, and that's why he lost his lead, but he would have lost it anyway because later on in the race his engine died and exploded.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds like some me kind of luck, to be honest.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Gal is still in the lead and he's being followed by Lin Campana, also a very old name. When I was commentating DTM several times, he was also in the field already.
Yes.
He also had some yeah, I nearly said that he was the one who had some great overtakes on the track, but there was a driver. There was a driver who was doing 2 and 3 car overtakes continuously. Just I don't remember his name, but he did it on the Red Bull Ring. He did it on Nürburgring, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, me neither.
Was quite a view.
Meanwhile, Neller goes 7th.
Yeah.
I don't really see any improvements anywhere else.
Yeah, basically, the most important thing in this session, in this test day, that not to crash the car and just do the most kilometers possible. It's like the times are just not even that important because here the teams are working on reliability. Oh yeah, got away.
Galloway. I kind of saved it, but
Kind of, he hit the wall a bit. It wasn't so sure because we were looking at the rear wing and the backwards, and it was so weird. Went through the curb, spin, and hit the wall gently, but no damage. It was so weird because we were watching from the back camera. We saw the spray, and suddenly it started bouncing up and down, and yeah, suddenly I thought I'm drunk or something.
But he can carry on.
He can. Yeah. No damage because he doesn't have his pit thingy out.
Yes. The pits, well, it's like an engine check light.
Yeah.
Check engine light.
But if you are in Hungary, you are, even if the engine check light is out, you are just covering it with something and continue to use the car,
Yeah. That's how it works.
basically. So what can we expect from this season? Basically, the favorite teams, or if we are looking at the teams, then we can say that the top 3 and top 4 teams depends on, it really depends on the gap between the teams. The top 4 teams, so the of course the Ferrari, the Aston Martin Racing, the Petronas Mercedes, and the Audi are potentially looking for the title. But once again, probably one of the main contender I would say is the Mercedes, the Petronas Mercedes, because they have the strongest engine and they are the third power in the field, and we could see that even if when you are having a car which is only the third fastest, you can still win races with it. Laura Chung proved that in the first OC race. If you are consistent enough and if you can put up a good speed, even with a weaker car, you can win races. So the Mercedes Petronas is definitely a contender.
The of course Ferrari, of course.
Yeah, of course Ferrari. It depends on the amount of tracks we are going to get, because obviously in power tracks, even if the Ferrari is the quickest car, because of their engine power, like they have the weakest engine power, they could. It's not 100% sure that they could win in power tracks, but on more curvy tracks, maybe they have a better chance.
Yes.
Same to Aston Martin, to be honest.
Yeah, Aston Martin doesn't have a great engine either. I mean, they are better than BMW and Ferrari, but that's it.
Yeah, we are seeing some overtakes. This section is like very dangerous here. It's like a half oval section. But we saw a crash by Dennis. Then we saw a wall tap.
Yes.
And now we are seeing continuous overtakes by Eveland is coming back on the track.
Coming back.
What? Well, that's funny.
Oh!
Eveland, exactly. And who's the other? Fraser.
Daniel Fraser, yep.
Also, oh my god, that Audi just barely avoided Fraser. Fraser is also someone who's here for a very long time, and it was Fraser's mistake.
Yeah, he did a mistake.
Oh my god. He couldn't see. It was in his dead. Oh my god, it was in his blind spot. It was impossible for him to see Eveland. And he's coming back with the damage.
Yes. Eveland survived though.
Yeah, no damage. Galloway is also pitting.
As is Gamba.
Yeah, and in front of Gamba there was Sam Fact, if I know correctly, another new driver.
He was here in the 2022 season as well, I think.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm not going to continuously gas anymore. It's not working out today. Anyways, so far, basically 44 minutes after this. Okay, no, not that. 44 minutes are remaining till the end. And as for the order, Gal is leading, then Campana is second, then Galloway is third. Meanwhile, we see a bit of battle between Fraser, but Fraser is having damage, so it's not even a battle. Then Skillet is coming fourth. Then a new named driver. I'm looking for his name. currently.
It's Hamid.
It's Mohammed.
Yes.
Okay, Mohamed Razi is the fifth. Then Maxim Titkov sixth. Will Neller is seven. Josh Tings coming at eight. Franco Gamba ninth. And again.
Yeah, then I'm lost.
Then it's Bartosz Braki, if I know correctly. Thought Bartosz Bloss changed names, but Bartosz Bloss was still racing in the top tier. So Bartosz Braki is a different person, but also Polish, just like Loss. Then Daniel Fraser comes at 11. Then 12 is Hento Sinanom. Third, 13th is Lotus Eveland, who just got that crash with Daniel Fraser.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. 14th is Trouble. Yes.
Daniel Darab.
Oh yes, yeah, really, it's Darabos. Yes. Yes, I need to learn these three-letter names. Sinanom is coming up to third so far.
Yes.
Yeah, and we just got the info from Willows, Joseph Willows, that Braki is the stuffs for the fandom wikis. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's nice to meet him now.
Nice to meet him.
It's Rowan Morgan, by the way, at 15th. Then
Oh,
16
okay.
Muhammad, not Muhammad, sorry. But no, like Muhammad Razi should be the 16 because he has the name Raz. At least based on logic.
Well, sixth is Muhammad Usman Hamid.
Yes. Exactly. Then Javier V is 17. I need to say
Some
Fakhrizin.
fact.
I need to say Fakhrizin. It's some facts. Some fact is 18. Then Mochan Lamochan is 19. Oh my god, okay. Ibobo is 20. And Mateusz Törvik is 21st. The last time I commentated, Mateusz Törvik had some pretty poor races as well, if I remember correctly, in the 2018 season. If that was the case, then I seem to be some kind of curse to him.
Commentator scores.
Yeah, basically. So I'm expecting a pretty interesting season in the DTM. I'll even make some mistakes. So pretty interesting season because even the top three cars are gonna be good in different track characteristics. So
Yes.
there will
And
be different
that's
tracks where some of them will be stronger than the other. Where Törvik is improving to 12th.
yes, the synonym further improves but stays P3. Oh,
Neller
Neller.
again. But this time he seems to be out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, his
That's a
wheel is
wheel
lost,
missing.
and I think this is a driver mistake because there is no error message on the wheel.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, again,
Oh, same, yeah.
another pit glitch, basically.
I think that's a glitch, yeah.
Yeah.
If someone is coming out of the pits, they
It's
turn
Gamba?
into them.
Yes, it's Gamba.
It's Gamba.
Yeah, it's a pit lane glitch. So this
Track is
proves
broken,
that
basically.
this proves that maybe these tracks are better be used at testing only and not for the calendar.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this was tested before. I don't know if Flo can confirm that.
Never tested.
Never
tested,
tested,
yeah.
But it's almost not even important because basically it's only a test day. But you have to, but please confirm something to me. So if the drivers are crashing, can they come out again?
Well, if they are crashing on their own, they cannot, and also if they get a failure. But in the case with the glitch, with the pit exit glitch, they can still get out because that's a glitch. Basically.
Yeah, but basically
If
it's
they
the same
crash-
rules. It's the
yeah,
same
if they
rules
crash,
as
then-
yeah. It's the same rules what applies to the top tier qualifying
Yes,
sessions.
yes.
And this rule will stay on for qualifying and practices as well, which is a good rule
Yes.
in my opinion. It's more realistic and yeah, it's more realistic. Why on the yellow? Oh, Ferrari!
Oh,
Sturdy.
it's Sturvik, yeah.
Yeah, Sturdy was just standing there, but I'm not even sure.
And that is
Yes,
the
he's
pit
moving.
entry.
Yeah, this time the entry. Twice the
I think he
exit, now
just,
the entry. But he went
yeah,
wide.
he just went wide, yeah, and then lost it on the gravel. Yeah,
What kind of
standard
gravel?
mistake. I think that's gravel.
No, it's asphalt.
Then, okay, then it's asphalt.
You sound so disappointed.
I don't know. It sounded like gravel.
Yeah. I remember back then I tried to make multiplayer work with this game with Flow. I think 1 or 2 years ago. Sadly, it didn't work out. But you know, I was hopeful that maybe there is a way to make multiplayer work. But then, obviously, we couldn't have made the whole grid participate at the same time because you know we have some IRL stuffs to do. So in a multiplayer race, I'm pretty sure that we wouldn't be able to race. Yeah, it was so slow. But like the frame rate was slow, or what exactly? Yeah, the frame rate. Well, you know, at least we tried.
Yeah. Trying is always better than not trying.
That's true. That's the saying of the day, basically.
Same with the track. Like,
Yeah.
at least now we know that the pit lane is glitched.
Yeah, so like it's understandable that we are using this track only for testing.
Yep.
I am thinking that if it would be possible for GP4 to introduce mid-season upgrades on the cars, like aerodynamical, only for the show, of course. So like they wouldn't have any effects on the car itself, but like putting extra things on the car, extra wings, extra aerodynamic parts.
I mean, cars need to be redesigned then, so that's kind of a...
Yeah, it could take a lot of time. Also, it's not
Yeah,
guaranteed that the mod would work
yeah.
anymore. If the car physics, I mean, looks of the car will be modified.
It will be cool though.
I mean, if you would have like 20 people who can code and would work on these mods, basically, then maybe it's possible. But like, this is not the case.
Yeah.
And I'm like very happy also that together, like we created the GP4 OC family, because basically it's a family. Like people are together for such a long time. Most of the cities are filled with people, and you know, just sitting down and
Oh,
enjoying things.
things!
Yes.
Spins?
Yeah, but he did not such a nice job because he managed to stop right after the white line.
Yeah.
It was a nice drift. Yeah, it's a difficult connect. Josh is not the first. Not the first person who's making a mistake here. This is the last corner, right before the pit entry, I think. Yes.
Yes.
The track is going down a bit, and in the wet, stopping the car in that declining surface, it's very difficult. On dry, it's a bit easier.
Móchan?
Yeah, Mochi is the second corner, and also here, oh, the third corner, sorry. Also very difficult, not the first time we are seeing mistakes here.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the pit lane glitch, but like the drivers themselves making a mistake just starting their laps.
Yes. Meanwhile, Fraser went third.
Yep.
Hamid is 4th. Synonym is 5th, and
Yeah,
Galloway
Neil
is
is just
6th.
Sin Cara. You know, he was the one racing in 2007 in F1. Also a made-up name. We had several made-up names actually. Possibly the most famous one is Bruno Junqueira with the Ferrari. Then, for understandable reasons, these names got banned, and like the rules were made that only real people can come and multi accounts. No same driver with the same name.
I mean, we did have problems with that in the near past. So.
Also, one of the more infamous ones, if I remember correctly, maybe it was Tomaselli. Question is which Tomaselli, Hood or just one of them? Because basically Tomaselli was racing in the top tier that time and got the
Got banned, yeah.
second driver ranking. So like he did quite well. And let's not forget about the fact that because of his second place, some people lost out on drives. And
Yes.
later on, it turned out that it was a fake name and a fake character. And like I think that was also one of the more infamous ones. Mainly when you think about it, that careers for some people could have gone differently if that fake account is not there.
Yes. By the way, I'm running really low on energy. I've just done 12 rounds of boxing, so
Oh, nice. That's very good. Working out is very important. It's fine to be honest because at least I can be myself and talk a lot
yes.
like I usually do. That's why I'm still on going up to 7th. I wanted to call skiing a ski, but I think skiing is comes with another I, not only
Yes.
one.
That's correct.
But all in all, I think it's a pretty lovely track, regardless of the small mistakes, small glitches which are consisting. I'm also thinking about buying a new microphone soon. Just I'm not really in the situation, the financial situation, sadly, where I could afford a very good microphone. And you know, if you are buying something, then of course you are buying some quality ones. Great battle, and Fraser is going for it, and a good overtake as well. That Ferrari was very slow, but both Fraser and then the Lamborghini, I didn't look at his name. It's Ibobo, yes.
Ibobo, yeah.
Went past through. Obviously, when the race is going on, I won't be so like so I will be talking a lot, but I will be more excited when coming up to overtakes, and it's 100% I'm not going to comment it every single race. Like it's a fact, and I think it's better like that as well.
Yeah, we don't have fixated positions in
Yeah. Oh,
commentating
Synonym.
anymore, Synonym.
Exactly the same place and the same way how Josh thinks threw the car away, and many
Yes.
others. Is the second last corner. The penultimate corner. Ever since I learned this word, I thought the penultimate is meaning the last, but turns out the second last. So
Yeah.
thanks George for teaching me that word. Also Joe.
The Englishman.
Yeah, basically. I couldn't really imagine how these new cars will look in DTM. Aston Martin, Lamborghini, AF Corsa. But basically, we went with the real life and made a GT3 World Cup out of the series halfly. Because, for example, we can see here the Audi, the Apt Audi. if I know correctly, with the classic DTM look. Also the Mercedes, also the BMW.
Yep.
So like, yes, not the most realistic that these GT3 cars are having the same pace as the DTM ones, but who cares? We, some of us, for example, me wanted to see these cars together. Like when I heard that new manufacturers entering the series, I was thinking how will it be solved, and my guess was the GT3 cars will be put next to the DTM ones. And personally, I'm very happy to see these cars like that. It's adding some specialty, some exclusivity for the series.
Yep. Well,
And
they don't really fit, but
they look
they
good.
look good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look very good. And even if they are not 100% fitting, they are still um, very making the series very unique. And I believe it was a good idea to introduce this uniqueness into some of the OC classes alongside the top tier, because basically the top tier also changed in several ways. Like 2021 was the last. Wait, 2021 I think was the last series. No, 2020. Where we are going with the real life performance files.
I think it was 2021.
Let's see.
It was actually
2020,
Ah,
yes,
20.
because I
Okay.
remember that in 2021, basically Alpha Tauri was very fast in real life compared it was a middle team, but like in the OC it was last. Like the by
Oh
far
yeah, that's right. That's
by
right.
far the weakest team, and then for some reason sometimes they had pretty good races. Like I have a feeling that time to time in the series, in the season, I mean, they weren't the weakest anymore. Like at the half time and the end of it, but I don't think the performance is being changed after the start of the season.
Yeah, I don't think it changes.
And something to take into consideration that it stopped raining, and in the coming 26 minutes there will be a dry line forming on the circuit, and well, we can guess who's going to be the first one putting up the slick tires. Also, I have a question. Why there are only 21 drivers in the field? Why not 22?
Because Graph crashed.
Oh, yes, I forgot about him. And Graf didn't set a lap time.
Yes, correct.
Yes, and as the rule says, once you crash or by your mistake, you're not coming back. So, like, you're right about that. Dennis Graf is not really taking part in this second test day. Curious if the performance will be negatively affected by this crash and lack of kilometers. But there will be two more test days if I know correctly, like 4 test days altogether. And correct me if I'm wrong.
No, this is the
It's
last
No,
only
one.
two.
the
This
only
is the
one.
last
Oh
one.
my god! Oh my god! Okay. I am seem like such a dumb person right now today. Hmm. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Your estimate is fine.
Quite rusty.
Your English is also a bit broken, but
Oh,
that's fine.
thank you. Like, give me a hug next time, right? Don't be so kind. I'm gonna be spoiled soon. Yeah. Anyways, once again, I'm curious who is going to be putting up the slick tires first. I'm really expecting the dry line to form. Like even if in the cameras you can see raining, sometimes it's a glitch, but I'm not sure if it's a glitch this time. Because in the beginning the table showed that basically after halfway point it will stop raining.
Yes.
And we had a similar glitch uh, back in my days as well. Like I say, back in my days because I wasn't here for a long time. Syndrome is getting a good old slipstream, and maybe he will improve. No, I was wrong. Flo, did the strength of the slipstream changed, or is it the same as it used to be in the previous seasons?
The strength is the same, but other cars will overtake some easier. So for example, obviously Mercedes will have it easier overtaking a Ferrari because of the engine power.
Yeah, what I said basically
Before that,
before.
it was all equal engine power and so on.
Yeah, so basically what I said before, that on the power tracks Mercedes will be very strong, and maybe we could see some surprise wins as well. It really depends on who's going to be luckier
Well,
and who's going to be less lucky.
Gal is being faster than the BMW with a slower engine, which is interesting. But
Yeah, well, if you are taking a better exit and a little bit of slipstream, then it's not that difficult to be faster. By
that
now,
is
she's
true.
saving a bit, and a bit of slide in the middle of the corner, and yeah, that's all. Darbosh is having the same three letters in the car and in the leaderboard as Darubala. Must be the same person. In this corner where Titkov is, it always feels like the car is like about to spin in this camera.
Yeah, it's like shaking.
Yes, and also turning a bit stronger.
Let's see if he will improve, though.
I don't think so.
No.
We could make um, these predictions who's going to be winning the championship, but I think mainly in the OC it's pretty useless to make these predictions. And there was the dry line already, if I'm not blind and I see correctly. Yes, there's the dry
Yes.
line.
Yes, there is a line
So
forming.
basically, on the onboard when we were looking at the rain falling, it was a graphical glitch similar to what we encountered before. The two Aston Martins now battling here.
Razor's trying to improve, but
And he was held up a bit.
he was held up, yes. Deller is improving as well.
Yes,
Let's see if he
yes.
can keep it up.
Yes, it is.
He does. Goes 8th.
Goes up to 8. The majority of the track is still wet, but as dry line will appear, we will see improvements. So it's nearly 0% chance that the times are going to stay like that. And it won't rain anymore.
Yeah,
Which
it
is
won't.
also confirmed in the beginning by the board.
Xavier V is improving as well.
And V's car is looking very, very nice. He's up
Goes
to
4th.
fourth. Like, I don't know, I personally pretty much like. Mohamed is locking up a bit. There's a dry line already as well. But that lockup costed him time. I'm not sure about this, but is the engine power having any effects on the drivability of the cars? For example, in rainy conditions, a weaker engine powered car could be handled better than a stronger engine powered car.
I actually don't know how the physics work in that with GP4, but since the game has is very detailed, that could be possible, I guess.
Could give a very interesting thing for the rainy races. And here is the part where Mohamed could bring back some time, even though he made mistakes. And now here's the power section of the track. Now he's coming in.
Yeah, he's coming in. And also the BMW is not that great in the high-speed sections.
Yeah. Fraser came up to 6th. And there is Eveland basically putting up the slicks.
Yeah, but he is a lot slower.
Well, he's starting a new lap. Basically, this first sector is a bit wet still. Like, aside the first few corners, there is a dry line and yeah. Motjan took the lead. What tires is Motjan having on at the moment? Yeah, intermediate still.
Inters.
But we will see some great improvements in the coming minutes.
Galloway
will improve as well, up to 8. And Titkov is also improving. And he will improve, I believe, all the way up to 4th. And Skillan will improve as well. Skillan will take the lead, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And Morgan is up to 2nd. I told you that the times won't stay. 59.2 this time, and Fraser is improving very well, but he's still on the intermediates, and I think Skillan was on the intermediates as well. Maybe the slicks are needing a bit more time, and now Eveland is even faster.
Yeah. He's on the slicks though.
Yes, so maybe I was wrong, but in this last section is still a bit wet. This is the last sector. Here there is no dry line, just
almost
a tiny
no dry line. Yeah.
Yeah, he could lose all his time here, but maybe this won't be the case.
Let's see.
58. He won't. He's
93 second. Yeah.
Yeah, he's second. He's still managed to improve.
It's the turning point, I think.
Second, and he's the slowest car by performance.
What?
That's crazy. What did you say? Okay, whatever. So, Lal is coming, and based on the time, I think he will do a 58 or a 57. 57 actually! 57.9. And the times will improve. Let's see who will be able to get into 56. Because I highly doubted that 57.9 will be the end of it.
I love the radio.
What radio?
Didn't you hear?
No.
It was Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. Okay, Synonym 57.2
so far.
Oh yes, I heard now. From F1 2010, right?
What?
From F1 2010, he has this voice. I think. Not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure, but Synonym is leading, and the 51
Morgan
is guaranteed basically. Someone is putting on the slicks and going around more and more. See, Eveland is improving already. And now that as the track is getting better and better, he will as well. And there's Aston Martin that Eveland is driving, if my information is correct. Is it the slowest? That's the Northwest Aston Martin?
It is.
It's the slowest.
Slowest, yeah.
And Aston Martin is also having the 5th strongest engine, so out of 7. So I'm not sure what Aston Martin could reach. I don't dare to predict that they will win a race this season. They could in a wet race, but for now Eveland is coming up to 3rd.
Josh things.
He will improve, but this time won't be good.
Yeah, this is on intermediates.
Yeah, 7.
Gal.
Galogan improving. Will he be the first one who takes 56? Since he's driving the strongest car based on performance, he has a good chance for the 56. And this will be a 56.
He will.
Yes.
That's the fastest lap of the session so far.
Yeah, 56.646. And Bartosz Brecki will also improve. He's also on the slicks. This is the different Aston Martin. He's 5th. Is it a different Aston Martin? Let's see.
No, it's the same.
It's
the
the same,
same.
yeah.
That's
But
the
Synonym goes
55,
into the 55s.
Yes. 55.9. Quite a big improvement. By 7/10 he's overtaking Gal. It's not a good left from Razini, though. He's 7th, but he's quite far. Also, a very bad time from Morgan. I think he got held up. Or
Most
made a
likely.
mistake.
Either one of the two.
Yeah, because 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah, got held up.
Is that Gamba?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, he had a great big battle. Then understandable. It's Ibobo up to third, and Darabush is behind Ibobo. Very good time, as long as he's behind him. Eveland is continuing his big improvements with the weakest car. So like,
Yeah.
he's driving the wheels off of this car. But of course, it's also happening that he's drying up continuously.
Yes.
But let's not take away that he's 5th, even if it's a test day. But
He is doing well.
yes, he's doing well, and the other Aston Martin is coming behind him. I'm not sure if it's the Northwest or
That is another one, yeah.
the Classic. Up to third. Gal improving. I think he's being slower than the other Ferrari behind. Or he just overtook that Ferrari, that's the question.
No, he's faster.
No, I think he overtook the Ferrari in the straight. And that won't be an improvement.
It is an
Maybe,
improvement.
actually, just not the position.
Yeah.
He's up to second. V is taking the lead, 55-4.
lead.
And the yellow flag.
Yellow flag. Razin.
I wasn't sure
First
if he's
victim.
crashing the car though.
That's the
And
Synonym.
Synonym.
By a second.
By
Almost.
second, 54-5. Here comes
Beller.
Neller. He will get into the 55 as well. I was wrong.
No.
Nearly.
Hamid.
Nah,
57. That's quite poor.
And here's a mistake of... Oh, he went wide, yeah.
Yeah, he went wide.
He went on the curb, which is full of water. Still, it's very slippery.
Ooh.
Yeah, as I said, I wasn't so sure if he's going to crash the car because of the fake grass there. Here is Darabosh with a for sure better time than previously because he was held up. And we have 56 up to 5, a 5th place.
Up to 5.
Here was Razin who made a mistake.
Some fucked.
There are soft and medium tires as well, right? In the slicks.
Only graphically,
Only graphically, okay.
Only graphically.
because GP4 doesn't simulate that, unfortunately.
Ah, that's a shame, yeah. Fact is improving up to 6. Fact or fact? How do you say it in German?
Fucked.
Fact, okay.
Fuck.
Oh my god, that's so weird, oh
That's the
no.
fastest.
Yeah.
We are going to be demonetized. Okay, then I'm gonna call him fact just because the others.
Because he can spit facts.
Fact, I'm gonna call him fact, even if it's not the way to. Even if it's not the way to say it.
I'm gonna risk it.
I'm not. I'm not gonna. and you shouldn't either because Flo will kick you out. Okay, I know he will.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, here comes Gal. He will improve or
Bumper.
not. He does. Up to first.
First.
Only 12,000. And now
Galloway
53.6.
being held up as well.
Yeah, he got a bit of slipstream though.
So we are
Actually,
V goes
Synonym.
second.
Seems like the
Synonym goes first.
The Mercs are a bit better in
Goes
dry.
second.
Here is Neller. It's a better time than before.
Yeah, sixth.
Yeah, Titkov as
Titkov.
well.
Ninth.
Hamid,
Hamid goes first.
53.2. Seems like the BMWs and the Mercs are better in dry than in wet. At least based on this. Darabos is going to improve big up to second,
Second.
but that's his day for today
Yeah.
because he has the checkered next to his name.
Razin, he's done as well. 12. Gamba is only starting. Josh Fings is done for today as well.
Fact is coming on the slicks with the Ferrari, and this will be an improvement. I think it's going to be a 55.
Yeah. Mochan could
Good
go
lap.
first.
Good lap though.
Second. Barely.
Barely he has the two. I think these Aston Martins are the second fastest ones. Is the classic Aston Martin racing. I think
Yes.
the green ones are the factory team. Private.
Gal.
Thinking about that, why aren't the of course the Ferraris red? This is going to be a good lap.
Yeah, could go first.
No,
Fourth.
not that good actually.
Galloway stays fifth. Turvey goes
V.
13th. V.
It's a BMW. And here is Sinanon with the Audi. This is a good lap. This is a good lap. He could take pole. He could take pole, and he does. It's not pole, but first place.
Yeah. Campana goes sixth.
What we
Yeah,
learned
Miller.
from today that maybe GP4 simulates engine power on the rain, because in the dry these cars are actually getting better. The BMWs. It's pretty interesting. Here comes Razin.
Yeah, not good, not good.
Yeah.
Gumbo, 7th.
Here comes Fact with a good lap. I think he should. Not that good actually, but like competence lap is good.
Yes.
He will do a 55, 1. It's not getting into the top 10.
Goes
Mochan
first.
to third.
Daniel Fraser.
With the factory Aston Martin team. This is also good.
Yeah, good lap.
52. Up to first. And Skillan is
Yeah.
4th.
Ooh, those
Guys.
Aston Martins are good.
Yes, they are. Seems like the track is benefiting them on the dry.
Meanwhile, the Ferraris worked better in the wet.
Yes. It truly does.
Could be because of the engine power as well.
Yeah. Which
Galloway?
means, as I said before, it could mean that GP4 actually simulates engine power in the wet surface.
Could be.
So
See, I don't know.
improving.
Yeah.
It's a good lap.
And he's done as well. Campana being held up. He's finished as well. Another. I mean, he's finished, but he's still going.
What's interesting to see that on the dry, obviously the tires are being consumed faster. So on the wet, meanwhile the drivers can take more and more laps without any major dropbacks. On the dry, the times like Darabosh is 7th and Ibo is 13th is dropping backwards way more than in the wet, which is logical. It's like real life. Both Razin and Gamba are improving, and maybe Morgan will as well, but it's not a strong time. 13.
Fact is not improving.
Yeah, it's 55 only.
Mochan
Yeah,
isn't
on the dry, the
improving.
tires are going away. They are not holding up quite well.
Fraser is improving though.
Yeah, Fraser is taking care of the tires very well.
Skillen.
His teammate, if I know correctly.
Yes, it is his teammate. Sgal is improving as well.
He wasn't improving for a while. Maybe he reserved at his tires. Not sure if he will improve big. It could be a 53.
52, I think.
53
Oh,
1.
53.
53 0, sorry.
Zero, yeah.
Fifth. Yeah, it's a bit better looking that the IF Corsa is not like 11th. And yeah, the problem is we can't really see what Graf is doing because he crashed out early on, but he is the IF Corsa, basically Gas teammate. So he's the other IF Corsa.
That's not a good
It
lap.
would be better to see the two Ferraris compared to each other. But you know, we cannot get everything we wish for. That's for next week. Because I think, and I think very well, no, just kidding.
I think right.
So basically, next week is round 1, because there are only 2 testing days. And if anyone would be new for the DTM series and for the test days as well, the checkered flag means that the drivers will continue and finish their laps over and over again till they run out of fuel or get the pitting call, but they're not coming out anymore. So the reason why the checkered flag is out, their names, but still going on over and over again, is because they are finishing their stint regardless.
That is correct.
Very much so.
Gal is improving
Another
again.
possible improvement, yes.
152. No improvement.
In the end, no improvement. Here comes B. It's gonna be a 53 as well.
Yeah.
And Bartosz Bracchi, who's basically, as I learned recently, the editor of the Wiki fandom. Happy 17th. He's also driving the Northwest Aston Martin Racing.
That's not a bad lap. That's 4th.
Yeah, that's 4th. He's a teammate of Lotus.
Morgan, let's see if he can improve.
And Morgan is the teammate of Roland Motyan. And basically, if you're looking at the letters of Rowan Morgan and Roland Motyan, it's very, very similar.
Yes.
They both have N's, they both have A's, they both have R's. They found each other quite well. Morgan's up to 13, so they found each other quite well as for the names. Fact and Motyan. The Motyan who I was talking about not so long ago, like 10 seconds ago, literally.
Skill on.
Yeah, that's not a bad lap.
That's
And
the
he improved.
session so far.
Not bad, not bad at all.
Not bad. Not bad. Wasn't a bad lap at all. Yeah, GP4 has this thing where even if it's the personal best is red, it could turn green. And vice versa.
Yes.
Overtakings would be very difficult here though because only the dry line. We can will show how it's done.
Maybe. He does.
He does overtake. With the Corvette, with the Chinese sponsors on the back. Hamid is setting a nice lap but not enough to improve. So basically 22 seconds remaining and I have to say that it flew by quite quickly.
Yes.
I didn't think that it will go to 0 so quickly, but here we are. We are having fun.
We are.
And that's why. And the final laps. Since the time is up, there's the final runs from the drivers. I don't expect many improvements because the tires are now getting worn and worner, even though Hamid is.
I just want to say that
Yes?
the session is only over when the last car comes into the pits.
Yeah, I know.
So
Like,
sometimes people even continue even though they have to check
they
the
even.
track.
Oh, yeah, if they continue. Like, they only come in once they finish the stint.
Yeah, Turvik didn't know it.
Yeah. So as I said, tires are getting more worn. And even though Hamid is improving now, it's not guaranteed that he will improve in the very end as well. We saw instances for that. And we don't even have to stick with this year's cars or this season, because we saw it in the top tier, we saw it in Formula E, in F2. Like it's not something new. Even in real life.
It's not something you take for granted, that's what you're
Yeah,
trying to say.
yeah, that's for sure. That's very much right. Here comes Hamid. And he will maybe improve, but he does.
He does.
Actually. But he was much closer on the time. So like he was being 110, then 1.8 tenths, and now he ended up at 3.7 tenths. So yeah.
Gumbo is not improving, but
Now this is going to be a 53. $56.6, 53.6.
Notian isn't improving either.
No, basically tires are hella worn, so I wouldn't be thinking. He was wearing the yellow flag instead of the checkered. Did you see that?
I didn't see.
He was wearing, I think he was wearing the yellow. That Gamba is continuing, and he really wants the kilometers.
Hamid is coming in though.
Yeah, his stint is over, even though he has fuel. But Braki as well. Or Braki.
Breki.
Braki.
No.
Okay. No, then Braki. Braki. For real, I just realized. Oh my god. Okay. No.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, here comes
Break.
and I think we should change cameras and go to the TV camera, because I'm really curious if that Marsh is doing the yellow flag instead of the checkered. Gamba still has some seconds to reach. The finish line. Here comes Gamba and checkered.
No, that's the
Yeah,
checkered, yeah.
I was colorblind.
No,
I
he actually waved to the yellow flag.
He actually the yellow. Yes, okay. Then I wasn't colorblind after all. Yeah, Gamba is not Gamba is not wanting to stop testing, similar to Mateusz Sterling back in 2017 or 16 or 18 in Barcelona, in one of the test days. The second test day. It's the same thing. There is always one who wants more and more. And that's what Gamba does. More and more. But he's not improving. He's posting very similar sector times lap over lap.
Stomp the Goomba.
Stop the
So
combo.
what are we taking away from this session? Like, what did we learn from today? Aside, I can say names in a very questionable and weird way.
Aston Martins are fast. In the
Yes.
dry, Ferraris are fast in the wet.
Ferraris are fast in the wet, and yes, basically BMWs, Audis, Mercs, and also Aston Martins. They are like much faster in drag. And let's not forget about that Ferrari is Ferrari, so they can make questionable decisions in the strategy. So that's also going to be something. Let's see a top speed for the Lamborghini. And yeah, he will come in, but let's see a top speed
290.
290 something. But I don't think this is like the best place to check the top speed. I think it's the
Yeah.
next straight. But let's see on like these semi-worn tires what can Gamba do with the top speed. Even though it's an in-lap, the AI is tend to be running the lap with full force. Let's not forget the previous DTM cars, the previous season cars could do like 350. Now here's long straight. But I don't think this is the longest. 292 or 93.
Yeah, 92.
But there will be another long straight. This won't be it. This one here. Now we should look in the onboard. And now it's throttle, full throttle. 280. From we see 100 for sure. Oh, that's not 350 what we were used to back then. 306.
Yeah, 306. And he dives into the pits.
Yeah. And now it's officially over. So this was basically the second test day. And I'm not sure if we're going to get an order.
No,
Yeah, no.
GP4 didn't give it.
No, GP4 doesn't care about us, so we're not getting it. But basically, Skillen tops the session, followed by Fraser, then Synonym. He's then followed by Mohammed Asman Hamid, then V, then Gal, then Mutian, then Gamba, then Darabosh, and then Campana. They are finishing off the top 10. And we would like to thank you for following us in the second test day. And we are coming next week with the beginning of the season. Let's see which team is going to top it. I'm not so sure that the performance file is telling us everything. I don't think it's going to be such an easy ride this season, I mean, not session, season. This season will be exciting, as all the GP4 OC seasons. So, once again, thank you very much. I was Miklos Gal, and my commentator partner was Darabosh.
Hello.
And yeah, what?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. Okay. See you guys next time. Till then, take care of yourself and see you later. Bye bye.
Yep. See you guys.